Welcome to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy. Now here's your host, Tim McMahon.
Hey, it's Tim and it's Friday! You know what Friday means here at Less Than 12 Parsecs. It's our time of the week where we recap and review all the headlines that grabbed my attention in the last 7 days, and then I share a quick thought or opinion about each one. No time for in-depth analysis. That's for suckers. No, just kidding. So the big news of the week is actually kind of sad news. I don't know if you saw this, you probably have, but Steve Sansweet announced that Rancho Obi-Wan, his home for the world's largest Star Wars collection, it's now a museum, has been systematically robbed, and sadly robbed by a friend of his, a guy who worked with him, a fellow collector. It appears that most of the stuff stolen was old classic Kenner action figures, some Lego stuff, a bunch of other things, but mostly old toys. And if there's a bright side of the story here, it's how awesome the Star Wars collecting community is, because they were the ones who told Steve that he was being robbed. Other fellow collectors figured it out, informed Steve. This guy has been arrested. He's going in front of a judge soon. And a lot of the stuff the guy stole and then sold has been recovered and is back at Rancho Obi-Wan. There's still some missing stuff, but most of it is back. About $200,000 worth of figures and toys. That's just, it sucks. It's such a sad story. If I had to put a hashtag on it, it would just be hashtag this sucks. I don't know Steve Sansweet, never met him, never met the man, but his public persona comes across as a guy who loves Star Wars, loves the fans, loves collecting, of course, but he's really personable and friendly and just a really great guy. It's so sad to see this happen to someone like that. Other news this week was June 7th. What's important about June 7th? Well, it's the birthday of Dave Filoni. Yeah, Dave Filoni, the guy behind Clone Wars and Rebels and everything else Star Wars animated these days. Also, coincidentally, the birthday of Liam Neeson, Qui-Gon Jinn, so there you go. Oh yeah, and because great things come in packages of 3, it was also my birthday! June 7th, Tim McMahon, there you go, happy birthday to me. Dave, Liam, and Tim, 3 Star Wars amigos, there you go. Anyway, on his birthday, Dave Filoni put out a piece of artwork that was a picture of Ahsoka Tano, an owl, and a wolf, and he labeled the wolf, wolf, the owl, owl, and Ahsoka, not the wolf. I didn't know what this meant. I did some digging. Apparently, have you heard this? This was not on my radar, but apparently, ever since Celebration and the trailer for the next season of Rebels came out, there's been this theory that Ahsoka is coming back in a different form, that she is the giant wolf we saw in the trailer being ridden by Ezra. I knew nothing about this till recently. I mean, come on, guys. When someone dies in Star Wars, they come back as a Force ghost, maybe, but not a giant wolf or any other creature. It doesn't make sense. But people believed it, and now Dave has put that theory to rest. Thank you, Dave. It just seems silly to me. Hey, did you know about this theory before June 7th? Did you believe it? I'm curious. Let me know. Some gaming news this week. E3 is happening. E3, the big annual video game expo. And every year, EA, Electronic Arts, is a big player at E3. And this year's no different. Tomorrow, June 10th at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, EA will be streaming live gameplay from Battlefront 2. A level called the Battle of Theed. It's a big map with lots of players, 20 on 20, I think. I'm looking forward to Battlefront 2. I can't wait to watch this. Probably won't watch it live, but I will watch it later. If you two are into Battlefront, let me know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this after you see the footage. But in more old school gaming news, Stern, one of the last manufacturers of pinball machines, announced they are putting out a 40th anniversary Star Wars pinball game. I love pinball. Even though the games today are very electronic, it's still, there's something just great about a ball and the flippers and the lights and the bells and the noises. It's awesome. Many years ago, when I was a younger man, schlepping my way across Europe, I was in this tiny little town in northern Italy, and I came across this pinball machine that was Star Wars themed. I spent an entire afternoon in this little store, plugging in lira after lira after lira. This is before the euro, folks. I'm old. I will always remember that day. It was so much fun. I'd love to get my hands on a new Stern Pinball 40th anniversary game, but new ones start around $6,000 and go up from there, depending on what model you get. Hey, I have some money put aside for Star Wars always, but I don't have that much put aside. Just a quick reminder, this is news to some of us, the Freemaker Adventures Season 2 premieres June 17th on Disney XD. As you know, I love the Freemaker Adventures. Looking forward to this. So those were the top headlines that grabbed my attention this week. There was lots of other news out there, especially leaks about Episode 8 and the Han Solo movie. I stay away from that stuff, though. You know me, I'm trying to go in spoiler-free these days. I'm trying to remain pure, untouched like the newly driven snow. So that stuff's not for me, but you knew that. Just wanted to share anyway. Hey, were there any headlines this week that I missed that you thought were really important? Well, tell me. I want to know. Email me at 12parsecs.podcast@gmail.com or connect with me on any of my social media accounts. All the links can be found on my website, 12parsecs.podcast.com. Thanks for listening. Utini!
You've been listening to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy, part of the expanded Fandomverse network of shows. For links and show notes, visit our website, 12parsecsPodcast.com. Follow Less Than 12 Parsecs on Twitter at 12parpod, on Instagram at 12parsecs.podcast, on Tumblr at 12parsecs.podcast, and find us on Facebook as well. And please let us know what you think. Email us at 12parsecs.podcast@gmail.com.